One of the last conversations I had with Travis, he was telling me about the conversation he had with Jodi where he told her, you know, it's over. I never want to see you again. You know, this is it. At one point I asked him if he was afraid.
And he said no.
Yeah, he would joke about it. He would joke about, well, you know, if I ever show up dead, you know why. But there's no way he was serious.
He goes on to say that maybe it will spark human emotion in you, something that only seems to exist when it comes to your own problems.
Yes.
And he continues that everyone else is just a part of her sick agenda. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
And then he talks about that how she makes a comment on a picture of someone else, and that her comment makes her look like a pure whore.
Yes.
And you see where he tells her that you should be embarrassed by her comment.
Yes.
And that if that person knew what Mr. Alexander knew about her, he'd spit in her face.
Yes.
And he tells her that so would everyone else.
Yes.
And does he talk about how he's never been hurt so bad by someone?
Yes.
But that she doesn't care because it doesn't serve her evilness.
Yes. He's talking about her as less than human because he's calling her a pure whore, or you look like a pure whore, which is like calling somebody a pure whore. He's talking about spitting, people spitting in her face. He's calling her evil.
And he continues to tell her that, that she couldn't get off her lazy butt to read what he had written to her.
Yes.
And he calls her a sociopath.
Yes, he does.
And he tells her that he doesn't want her apology.
Yes.
Do you see that?
Yes.
But he wants her to understand how evil he thinks she is.
Yes.
And he tells her that you are the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then he continues. He continues to call her a sociopath.
He does.
And does he tell her that she only cries for herself?
Yes.
And that he thinks that she's never really cared about him.
Yes.
And that she's betrayed him.
Indeed.
Is it your understanding that after this text message conversation, that the two of them, Mr. Alexander and Miss Arias, then moved on to instant messaging?
Yes. Calling her a cheap whore.
Okay, and another one?
Calling her a corrupted carcass. I don't know how a heart beats in such a corrupted carcass.
And another one?
Hitler had more of a conscience than you. I've never dealt with a more solid form of evil. He accuses her of being going on to the next dick.
And another one?
He tells her words are worthless. He hates her. She's caused him more pain than the death of his father. She's a rotten lunatic. He's never dealt with a more solid form of evil. She's nothing but a liar. She lives a life identical to Satan. She's a three-hole wonder. She ought to get tips for giving BJs. She never loved him. She's got a slut's job. Who freaking cares about you? You're worthless. You're a bitch. Your lies make your life worthless. You're taking up people's air. You don't care. You don't know what horror you've caused me. You're a laughing stock. You don't care about anything but Jodi. He blames her for a lot of the pain he feels in his own life. He tells her that he was nothing more than a dildo with a heartbeat to her. You're demented. Goes on.
Are there more examples of character assassination?
Some repeats of the same kinds of things, some talking about her values, but basically more of the same and calling her some repeated names. But it goes on for 16 pages. Not all of them are name calling, but they certainly are tearing her character apart.